Hey everyone, this is Aarti. Welcome to my YouTube channel Ace English Academy. In this channel, I will be sharing videos on the basics of English grammar. My videos will help you to improve your grammatic skills, as I have designed each video to help you to use English effectively. And if you like my videos, please like, share and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for future notifications. Thank you. Keep supporting, keep watching my videos. So let's start. Today's topic is conjunction and its types. Let's discuss what is conjunction and what are all types of conjunction. So let us understand now what are conjunctions. See here, we call them joining words. We call conjunctions joining words. A conjunction is a word that holds words, phrases and clauses together in a sentence. And clauses, we will understand what are clauses. We will also understand what are phrases. Clauses are of two types, dependent and independent. So we will understand all what is important to understand the topic conjunctions and the types of conjunctions. Clear? Also, see here in this given diagram that words like since, yet, and, because, but, for, until, however, all these are conjunctions or the joining words. Let us understand now the phrases and clauses. What is phrase and what is clause? So see here, clause. A clause makes complete sense. A clause contains a subject and a predicate. A clause can stand alone as a simple sentence. Whereas if we talk about a phrase, does not make complete sense, does not contain a subject and a predicate, cannot stand alone as a simple sentence. So we can say that a clause is a sentence, is a form of sentence which is complete in a sense, or we can say complete in a thought and meaning, whereas phrase is an incomplete form of sentence. It is a sentence but it is not complete because it cannot express its meaning completely. Let us see examples now. See here, first example, who gave you a pen? So see here, question mark if we add here. So who gave you a pen? So this is a clause because the sentence is complete in its meaning. You made a mistake. That is made of gold. So all these sentences you can see there are subject and predicate. Who is subject? Gave you a pen is a predicate. You is the subject and made a mistake is predicate. Similarly, that is subject and is made of gold is a predicate. So both subject and predicate are present in a sentence and the complete sentence can stand alone, means it can express its meaning independently. Okay, let's see now phrases. What are phrases? Here are three examples. In the park. So in the park is a form of sentence but not complete, and here you can see there is no subject and predicate. How do how to do it? Fine beaches. So these are the words, group of words which help to complete the meaning of a sentence but cannot complete the meaning of a sentence individually. Okay, so these are phrases. So let's understand now that what are independent and dependent clauses. There are two types of clauses. So because we have studying here about the conjunctions, so to understand the types of conjunctions, first we have to understand what are clauses, what are phrases, and what are the types of clauses that are independent and dependent clauses. So let's see what is an independent clause. An independent clause is a group of words that can stand on its own as a sentence. It has a subject, a verb, and is a complete thought. Okay, so it is a complete thought, or we can say that it is a sentence that is complete on its own. So what is dependent clause? Let's see. A dependent clause is a group of words that also contains a subject and a verb, but it is not a complete thought. It cannot stand on its own as a sentence. So independent is a sentence which is independent. No need any other sentence to complete its meaning, or any other verb or any other clause. Nothing is required to express its complete meaning, whereas a dependent clause is a sentence or a group of a word which is dependent on other sentence to express its complete meaning. Let's see how. He ran fast. So here you can see only he ran. There are only two words, but itself they are expressing a complete thought. Only two words are there. It is still a complete sentence because it contains a one word subject and a one word predicate. And that is also a complete thought. So this is a one word subject he, and this is a one word predicate ran. Clear? He ran fast. So here also you can see. So the main thing is the meaning of the sentence, or we can say that the thought should be a complete. A dependent clause, there is dependent. See here, because I woke up late this morning. So what happened? What happened when you woke up late in the morning? So it is a dependent clause because on being attached to an independent clause, it will complete its complete thought. Clear? Let's see a few examples of dependent and independent clauses. When we arrived in class. So this is also a sentence, but it is not a complete sentence. It is dependent to what occurred when we arrived in a class. So still, it's not complete in a meaning. So let's understand now with the help of few examples that what are independent and dependent clauses. Coming to the first sentence, you can see here. If you subscribe to this online service, you will need a password. So you will need a password is a complete thought. This is an independent clause. Okay. But if you can see here, in the first part, first of all, the sentence is starting with the help of conjunction. Then that is dependent clause always. Okay. If you subscribe to this online service, which online service? So this sentence, first part of the sentence is dependent on the second part of the sentence to express its meaning completely. So this is dependent clause and this is independent clause. Okay. Coming to the next sentence. When I read a novel, I look for careful attention to detail. So when I read a novel, so when here is a conjunction and this sentence is a dependent clause and it depends on the other part of the sentence to express its meaning completely. Okay, so this second part of a sentence, that is independent clause. I look for careful attention to detail. Now coming to the third sentence, because supplies were limited, the store ran out of the sale item quickly. Because here also dependent, easily you can find out which is the dependent clause because it is starting with the conjunction. So because the supplies were limited, the store ran out of the sale item quickly. The store ran out of the sale item quickly is an independent clause and this is dependent clause. I hope this is clear to you now. So let's see what are all types of these conjunctions. So there are three main types of conjunctions, and what are they? Coordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, and subordinating conjunctions. These are three types of conjunctions. Let's understand them in detail with some examples. So let's understand now what is coordinating conjunction and where do we use it. So if we talk about the coordinating conjunction among all the three types of conjunction, this is probably the most common one. Okay. The main function of coordinating conjunction is to join words, phrases and clauses together which are usually grammatically equal. Okay, so we'll see that which type of sentences and how the sentences are equal, so that we use the coordinating conjunction in between them. So we'll see with the help of examples. And also, aside from that, this type of conjunction is used or placed in between the words or groups of words that it links together, and not at the beginning or at the end. So they are not used, these conjunctions are not used at the beginning of the sentence or the end of the sentence. They are not used in beginning and end. They are used to join, okay, in between the words or phrases, or we can say the clauses. So here are few conjunctions: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So the acronym for this is fanboys. You can easily remember with the help of this. Easily you can recall all the different coordinating conjunctions by remembering just one word, that is fanboys, which stand for, and, nor, no, but, or, yet, and so. So here are few examples here. Pizza and burger are my favorite snacks. So you can see here in the given sentence below here, the underlined word and serves as a coordinating conjunction. Why? Because that links two words together. And what are those two words? Pizza and burger. Okay. Coming to the next sentence. The treasure was hidden in the cave or in the underground lagoon. So here also you can see in the given sentence the word or, you can say, can join together two or more. As I told you that these conjunctions help us to join words, phrases and clauses. So you can see here, in the cave is a phrase, in the underground lagoon is a phrase. Okay, so here in the second sentence, coordinating conjunction is joining two phrases. Okay, let's see few examples more. Let us see now few examples of coordinating conjunctions in sentences. See here, first sentence. I watch the ducks on the lake and the shirtless men playing soccer. So there are two sentences. I watch the ducks on the lake, the shirtless men playing soccer. So these two are connected with the help of conjunction, that is and. Okay. I don't go for the fresh air, nor for the ducks. I just like soccer. So here also the word nor is a coordinating conjunction. Soccer is entertaining in winter, but it is better in the heat of summer. So here also two sentences are joined with the help of a coordinating conjunction. The men play on two teams, shirts or skins. So here shirts or skins are the two words which are joined with the help of conjunction. I always take a book to read, yet I never seem to turn a single page. I like one of the players, so I watch the soccer game each week. So all the bold words you can see here, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, all these words are coordinating conjunctions. So let us understand now what are subordinating conjunctions and where do we use these conjunctions. So the subordinating conjunction is a type of conjunction that connects or joins an independent clause with a subordinate clause. Subordinate clause, that is dependent clause. As I told you, independent clause is a clause that can exist by itself in a given sentence because it is complete in a thought, whereas a dependent or subordinate clause is a clause that cannot exist by itself. Okay, so it only provides some additional information to the main clause, and it is dependent, this clause is dependent to express its complete meaning on the independent clause. Okay, and the subordinating conjunctions are therefore found in a complex sentences where they try to join or link the clauses together. So what are complex sentences? Where at least we must have one independent clause and a dependent clause. There can be more than one also, but to qualify it as a complex sentence, at least there should be an independent clause and a one dependent clause. To understand this types of sentences, complex, compound, or simple sentences, three types of sentences, you can watch my video on the types of sentences. There I have explained all the three types in detail with so many examples. Moving on to the examples now, see here. It is so cold outside, so I brought you a jacket. Because it is so cold outside, I brought you a jacket. So by looking at these two sentences, you can easily notice that a subordinating conjunction can be found either at the beginning, okay, or beginning of the sentence, or between the clauses that it links together. Aside from that, there is a comma. You can see here outside. After outside, I have used here comma, and here also comma. Should also be placed in between the two clauses, that is independent and dependent of a sentence. So here it is so cold outside. This is a one clause. I brought you a jacket. This is a one clause. Okay. So what you saw here, that the subordinating conjunction, because it can be in the beginning of the sentence as well as in the between. So because and so here are two subordinating conjunctions. Let's see a few more examples now. So here are all these subordinating conjunctions: after, although, as if, as long as. So just pause the video and go through all of them. All these are subordinating conjunctions. So let's see a few more examples here. Because of him, first sentence, I learned how to start my own business. Everything will fall into place if you start at the beginning. Until you try, you'll never know. I add a new entry to my gratitude journal when I wake in the morning. As I write this letter, I know I must say goodbye. So the words like because, if, until, when, and as, all these words, bold words, sorry, are subordinating conjunctions. So they are used in the beginning as well as in the between of two clauses. There can be both dependent and independent, as I have explained you earlier in this video. So now coming to the next, that is correlative conjunction. And what is that? The correlative conjunction are simply pairs of conjunctions which are used to join equal sentence elements together. They are pairs of conjunctions like either or, neither nor, not only, but also, both and, whether or, so as. So these two are the pair of conjunctions. So let's see examples here. Both my brother and my father are lawyers. So both and both these two words are used together, pair of conjunctions used together in a sentence. Okay, to join a sentence. I can't decide whether I'll take chemical engineering or medical technology in college. Whether and or. Whether and or, these two are pair of conjunctions used to join equal sentence elements together. Let's see a few more examples. So here are a few example sentences using correlative conjunction. See here, coming to the first sentence, I want either the pink sofa or the purple one. So either and or, they are pair of conjunctions used in a sentence. Second sentence, I will study both English literature and art history. Both and. I didn't know whether you would want milk or cream, so I grabbed both. Why do you want to visit neither Ireland nor Scotland? I took not only the pink sofa but also the Tiffany lamp. Not the cheeseburger, but for me, but definitely the fries. So here, not and but. So you can see in all the sentences there are conjunctions used in the pairs. Okay, so these are called correlative conjunctions. So this was all about the conjunctions and the types of conjunctions. I hope you found this video informational. Keep supporting, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.